Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to the EarthtonesGirl channel. My name is Denise and I have no idea what episode this is. It has been a long time, like a minute and a half since I've been here, but I am so happy to be back with you all today. My last episode was September 13th. It is now December. What happened to the fall? Oh my gosh, I know you're asking the same thing. This fall, let me just take another deep breath. Okay, that feels much better. I feel like I was rushing right out of the gate, so that feels a little bit better. This fall, when I was young, I used to absolutely love the fall. I look forward to September 1st like more than I did Christmas. And since having children and school and now sort of running a micro business, I find the holiday, not the holiday, but that fall season feels so rushed and packed and full of stressful things and obligations, and there's just so much going on. And this particular fall season has been even busier. I've sort of hinted at this a little bit in the past episodes. I've just been working on what is to be the biggest project of my life, and I'm really excited and just counting down until I can share all the details with you all. But that said, it has been all consuming. I've done quite a bit of knitting that I can't even share. But you'll see it all eventually, and sooner rather than later. There's just been a lot. It's been a lot, but I've also tried really hard to be present on Instagram. And I know, not all of you are on that platform. I understand that. I respect that. To be 100% honest, it's just so easy for me to be there because most of the time I've got my phone in my hand, in my back pocket, tucked in my jacket. So it's really easy to pull that out and share a post there or share something in my stories. And I haven't even, that said, I keep saying that said, but that said, I haven't even shared, excuse me, I haven't even shared that much on Instagram. I've been there a lot more than here, obviously, but still not a tremendous amount. And it's all okay. It is all okay. So let's have a quick recap because I feel like so many things are now like we're so past it all, but I do want to share some of it with you. I'm always looking down at my notes here. First of all, let me just say a huge welcome back to all of you that are still here with me. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And there are quite a few new subscribers, like, wow. You would think that not being here, people would sort of stray or, fall off to the wayside, as my mom would say. But there's so many new subscribers here, and this channel is just growing so much. And I think I'm on the downside now. I have one final hurdle, but I think I'm on the downside of this project. And I can finally be back here. Because I feel like I had a little bit of a system going, and then, anyway, for lots of reasons, I miss this, and I love this space and this channel. And I don't know, for those of you that are on Instagram is changing tremendously, but we'll talk about that later. Let's just recap for now. So September 13th, my last episode, and we've had the Falling Leaf Sock Cowl kicked off on the 15th. 15th? Yes, September 15th to November 15th, and it was just amazing. I'm going to try to put some pictures of some socks in here for you, and of course credit the knitters. It was so amazing. I don't feel like I participated as much as I would have liked, but that's okay. I still tried to be there as much as I could, cheering people on, sharing socks in my stories, and making sure that people's work and designs and beautiful socks were seen. And that is what, again, not even again, but that's what's been a really big theme this season. And that's what I really want to share here today, is a sense of community. Even though wasn't as active with the Cowl as I would have liked, there were the sense of community among the knitters and people sharing new designs and people being inspired to design and knitters cheering each other on and sharing each other's stories. And I'm, right in there in the thick of it, sharing stories and sharing socks and things. Excuse me. I keep clearing my throat. I will try to stop doing that. I don't know, it wasn't a cold, but I definitely had something going on and I was just coughing incessantly and it's still lingering. So I apologize for the throat clearing. I will try to edit it out if I can. And that sense of community was so strong and so prevalent throughout the Cowl. And I feel like throughout the last few months, November was a bit of a hard month. It was a bit of a hard month and very, very challenging for a lot of people, for myself included. That also was a big derailer from being here. I just didn't really want to, as project aside, I also feel like I withdrew a little bit and it was challenging. September was really challenging, but I also didn't want world events to steal my need and my desire to continue to foster that sense of community and to steal my joy and my love of what I do. So it took a minute, but I got over it. Not over it, but moved past it as much as I could to be here and to be there on the on Instagram and just rein my emotions in, just rein myself in. And I think being in that community and sharing people's work was so helpful. It was so cathartic. Is that the word? It felt very cathartic to share what people were doing and honestly to just do more of what I loved doing, which is to celebrate knitters, sock knitters, fiber people in general. So the Cowl was a big success. I gave away some prizes and I just want to talk about the prizes for a moment, what I did give away, and also just share some news about these particular books. So what I gave away as prizes for the Cowl were, I picked two winners, one for October and one for September to October and then October to November. And they were books by Charlotte Stone. If you're not familiar with Charlotte Stone, she is Stone Knits on Instagram. I do believe she also has a YouTube presence. Don't quote me on that. If she does, I will definitely add it in the description box down below. But her book, she just released a new book a couple of weeks ago and it is just amazing. So here are her books. Let me put them this way so they'll be in order. This was her first one and it's such a beautiful book. I actually had the pleasure of writing a little review on the back of this one and it was such an honor to be a part of this process with her. This book is just outstanding and it's all incredibly beautiful colorwork designs, and this is her new book that just launched a couple of weeks ago. I don't remember the date, November, oh my gosh, I don't remember, 8th, 9th, 10th, somewhere around there. And this is her new one, more Colorwork socks. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I thought the first book was great, but this one takes it to a whole new level. Let me see. I want to share one of my favorites in this book. It is just, I mean, look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness. I mean, hello, look at that. Isn't that incredible? This is just one of the many designs. There's another one that when my son saw it, he fell madly in love and asked me to make this for him. This is another, make this pair for him. That's another gorgeous pair. And, some of them are not as, they're all whimsical, but, oh, gnomes, y'all, gnomes. So I gave away one copy each of these books, and it was such a pleasure to see the excitement, to celebrate with Charlotte, and she's a friend, and it was just so wonderful to celebrate with her. So if you have a chance, or if you want to add something to your wish list this holiday season. I recommend these two books. And let me just say that today is Sunday, December 1st. It is the first Sunday of Advent, first day of December, for those that celebrate Advent. Vlogmas, Yarnvent, Knitmas, all of these words apply to this time of the year and all of the celebrations that people are putting out there. And I am not officially doing Vlogmas. I hope you can keep up with this episode. I am slightly unscripted and a little all over the place, but I'm trying to have a flow. I'm not officially doing Vlogmas, but I really, really would like to be here during December. I think even if I get 2 or 3 episodes up, I think it's a wonderful respite for me to just come here and sit and be quiet and share with you all. I mentioned on Instagram that I would like to try a quiet vlog. For those of you that know what those are, I've always wanted to do one and I've never done one before. So I thought, why not? It's my channel. I can do what I want. So let me give that a try. I'm really excited to try that. And a quiet vlog is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a lot of sort of B-roll footage. So just footage of me maybe doing, I don't know, decorating my home, maybe making a cup of tea, lighting a candle, or just simply sitting and knitting for a little while with some very quiet music in the background, very, very little talking, if any. I will put captions. Some people put captions on the screen so you can kind of read as I go, maybe just sharing a little tidbit. It's a quieter format. So it is an episode here. It will be an episode here on the channel, but not me like blah, 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 blah. So, which I think might be nice. I think it'll be nice for you all to just sit and knit with me or go through my day, and not just kind of hear me prattle on, although some may enjoy the prattle. I enjoy prattling. So yes, I will try that. But again, it's just to be here a little bit more and to share more. And again, more community, bringing people onto the channel, sharing what I'm working on. Yeah, so that is the Falling Leaf Sock Cowl, 2 books that I really wanted to talk about. And I have 2 more put to the side and I'll get to those in a bit. I also did a gratitude. I also did a gratitude giveaway also on Instagram. And that was just to say thank you to those of you that have been with me for so long. November, we have Thanksgiving if you're here in the US. I feel like Thanksgiving's becoming a very overlooked holiday. Everyone seems to jump from Halloween to Christmas. And I think pausing and saying thank you and expressing gratitude is really important. It's something I've always done here on the channel. And I just wanted to say thank you to people that follow me over on Instagram. Now, I have tried, I'm going to be 100% honest, I have tried giveaways here on the channel, and I honestly would like to do more giveaways here. The problem with that, and if you all have ideas to help remedy the problem, please share that in the comments below. The problem here is I feel like people may watch an episode and comment and then disappear. Or maybe they are watching, but I have picked winners, had giveaways here, picked winners, and they never reply. They don't claim their prize, or they don't reply to the prize, and it just makes it a little bit challenging to have giveaways here. So if you all can figure out a better way, I unfortunately, if someone leaves a comment, I can track them back to their channel, because you have to still have a space here in order to be on. I mean, you can watch it for free, but some people do set up accounts. I've tried tracking people to their accounts or just to their page and tried to leave messages, and it's kind of hard to do that unless the person has set that up. So I have had giveaways here, and the prizes have gone unclaimed. So if you all can figure out or have a suggestion for a better way to do that here on the channel, please, please, please share that with me, because I would like to do more here and have more of that sense of community, even more so here on the channel. And circling back to what I said before, Instagram is going to be changing. They're removing hashtags, and there's a lot of debate over what that means exactly, but the platform keeps changing dramatically. So I almost feel like they're making it harder and harder to have that sense of community, and hashtags are such a pivotal part of sharing information, sharing patterns, sharing news about websites, businesses, shops, anything. And to remove that feature, I think is going to be really detrimental. I think there are other ways they want us to, I think the platform is trying to foster other ways for us to interact with each other via posts and reels. It's amazing how many new followers I've gotten on Instagram based on reels that I've done, because they're now telling you how you are, where your followers are coming from. So it's interesting. But that said, I do think it's going to be harder for people that aren't Instagram savvy. I think it's going to be a little, I feel like I know the platform, but every minute it keeps changing. So it's hard to keep up. So I feel like there's going to be a big shift to other platforms, whether that's Patreon, Discord, different things like that. And also this huge platform of YouTube, because you can interact with your audience via comments. You can do lives here, which I've also never done and would like to do maybe in January. Instead of having a pre-recorded video uploaded, you record live. So I would like to try that as well. And yeah, I think it's going to drive people off the platform and onto other platforms. And for me, that will be here. So, which is a good thing, which is a really good thing. Again, there's so many tutorials that I've talked about wanting to do and just haven't had the time to do. And once the hurdle is over, I will get to them. So I haven't forgotten, believe me, I haven't forgotten anything. So again, my goal is more community, more presence, all of those things. And that's perfect transition to the next topic. The other major thing that happened was Rhinebeck. The New York Sheep and Wool Festival was October 19th, I think, and 20th. It was amazing. It was amazing. And this is the first year that I've had this channel and have been going where I didn't do a proper Rhinebeck recap video. Because of other projects that are going on. There's only so many hours in the day and I just didn't get it done. So what I'd love to do is just pause here a little bit, share some footage of that with you. I know it's already gone, but I still would like to share a little bit because there was so many wonderful people that I met, and I actually really got to sit and knit with people. I don't think I've ever done that. I've met people and taking pictures and your selfies and all of that great stuff, but I don't feel like I've ever just sat with subscribers and followers and fellow knitters just to enjoy their company and to share our love of sock knitting. And I got to do that a lot this year, and it was wonderful. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you how amazing it was. It was the first time I tried to do a meetup, and it was small. There were maybe 6 of us, if that many. But it was really small, and it was very spur of the moment. I sort of decided a couple of days before, like, if you're here, this is where I'm going to be and this is what time. But I'd like to do it much more formally next year for 2025. And we've got plenty of time to talk about that. But I think it would be really nice to have a bigger meetup off the hill. And I did the meetup on the hill. If you've been to Rhinebeck, you know what that means. It's a big open space on a bit of a hill where everyone gets together to meet each other and meet up and catch up and either meet some podcasters and people that if been wanting to meet, for old friends to reconnect who've come in from out of state. It's the hill. So, but what I'd love to do is actually do a meetup off the hill. There's a lot of other spots on the Dutchess County Fairgrounds that I think would be lovely to just, if the weather is on our side, would be really lovely to just sit, blankets, chairs, and just knit together. Chit chat, snack on some apple cider donuts. I think it would be lovely. So I want to do that more formally next year. But anyway, more prattling. I'm going to stop and let you all watch a little bit of the recap. Rhinebeck at its best. It was really, really amazing and so much fun. And I'm honestly looking forward to next year. So I think that's pretty much everything that's been going on in the last couple of months. And here we are now, December 1st, right there. And it's Advent season. Now, I had a subscriber here on the channel leave a comment the other day that she enjoyed the episode and purchased an Advent calendar and per my suggestion and wanted to know now what does she do with it. Okay, if you've never had one before, fair question. There are different kinds of Advents. Let's just talk about that for a second. For those of you that may not even know what I'm talking about, there are SKEIN single, oh, I hear my hubby downstairs. His workshop is right under me. I think he just came home. So there are single skein Advents. So you have one skein, usually 25, it's usually a 25 stripe repeat. So you have 25 colors that repeat 2 to 3 times within the 100-gram skein. And a lot of people will start those on December 1st and knit a stripe a day. So they'll do the 2 socks at the same time and knit a stripe a day. For the more excited among us, myself included, I will just cast on and just knit until they're done. I don't do them per day. I have already started. Here's my cuff for this is for the Cozy Knitter Advent and Advent Skein, and I think she may be one of the first ones to have ever done it, and I've knit her skein every year. I don't want to share. I do have them wound. I wound them up late last night. And what she does is she provides you with 2 50-gram skeins so that you can, and tells you exactly where to start. She has an adorable little tag telling you exactly which end to start knitting from so that your socks will match. You don't have to adhere to that. You can do whatever you want. and I've got them both. I'm not going to show them. I'm not going to show them, although they're really, they're caked up so beautifully, but I'm not going to share for those of you that may have it and have not wound your skein yet. I don't want to ruin the surprise. So, but I do have those ready to go. And so that's one option. I have the Cozy Knitter Woolens Nosh, which is right there. I haven't wound that one up yet. I have Woolens Nosh, Freckled Whimsy. I also, so those are the 3 skeins that I have. I also did the 4 Sundays of Advent from Legacy Fiber Arts. And what else? And then I did Knotty Pine, which I did last year. And I had a really beautiful, I don't know if you remember, sort of a metal house that was sitting here with a red top, and it had little cubbies, and I put the yarn in all of the cubbies. Just for the sake of keeping things light back here, I decided not to do that again. But I will share them with you as I open them. And that's sitting right behind the camera. So those are my Advents. So the skeins, and there are also patterns that you can use for the Advent skeins if you don't want to do vanilla and just go round and round and round. If you want more of a pattern, there are lots of sock options out there. I will try to list a few in the description box down below. There are also, I am not so vain as to send you elsewhere. There are a lot of podcasters who have done entire episodes on what to do with all of the Advents that people purchase and collect. So it might be fun to just do a search on here on YouTube, just podcast Advents and see what pops up, or Advent Skeins, see what pops up. Advent minis, yarn Advent, yarn vent, just throw in a bunch of different names in the search engine and see what comes up. But that might be a really great way also, because some of the other podcasters have really gone into detail with all the different options. So there's sock options, there are shawl options, which are, some of them are just gorgeous. I'll try to put pictures in. If I don't, then I will definitely link to some patterns down below. There are also cowl options, which I did a couple of years ago. Was it last year? I think, or maybe earlier no, it was last year that I did it. I purchased a 24 mini skein Advent from Canon Hand Dyed, and it was Downton Abbey themed. Oh my gosh, the colors were so deep and so rich. And I did an Advent Wolop. It will all be in the description box down below for you. WOLOP, I think is how you spell it. And it was 10 to 20 rounds of each color with a really beautiful knit 2 together yarn over transition in between. It was so lovely. It's a beautiful way to use your Advent. Some people make blankets, cozy memory blankets. I've also seen striped blankets, so they're just doing strips that they will then knit together or sew together. Those are really beautiful also. If you go on to, now there's some people that use Ravelry. I know that platform is not for everybody, but that is also a great location to find ideas to do for your Advents. So you can go there, or just look up just general searches on Google, or other podcasters, as I said before, who also have shared ideas. And I will put some ideas, like I said, down in the description box for you below. So those are my Advents for this year. I was going to put them back here, but didn't feel necessary. I'll share them as I go. And I also don't always knit them right away. So which is the perfect transition to my first FO to share with you. Actually, let me share my one pair of socks that I did knit for, for the falling leaf sock cowl. Let me share that one with you, because I did knit one pair. I got one pair in there. And these are so lovely. Hold on. Okay, let's get these on the blockers for you to see. And here they are. Let's just start at the top so you can see all these gorgeous colors. Look at that. This colorway is, I mean, if this doesn't scream fall, then I don't know what does. This colorway is Long Sleeves and Autumn Leaves by Freckled Whimsy. I absolutely love Carrie, if you're watching, your yarn is amazing. It is a 75-25 merino nylon blend. I did my Soxploration. I just realized that's buckling there. I did my Soxploration pattern, 64 stitches, shadow wrap heel, round toe. It's my no-brainer. It's my go-to. It's my vanilla sock. So here it is. And she had the contrasting, it's a little bit darker here than I'd like it to be. Let me see if I go this way, but it's a beautiful chocolate brown. It looks a little bit too dark here, but it's a gorgeous, gorgeous chocolate brown. That was her contrasting, and I just decided to do it for the heels and for the toes. I just jumped right in on the cuff. So, but it's up to you. Totally up to you, whatever you'd like to do. So that was this was my pair for my one pair of socks for the Falling Leaves sock cowl. And I was actually knitting these. My husband and I went to a wedding in Annapolis, Maryland, and I was working on these on the road trip. So that was lovely. So let's pop those off. And I'm going to share with you the other pair that I just finished. This is the Advent Skein from Woolens Nosh from 2022. So I finished her 2023. I finished earlier this year. They were a gray pair. I'll see if I can find a picture there in the box over there. Maybe I'll pause in a second and I'll go grab those and show you. But this is the Advent Skein from 2022. I mean, oh my gosh, look at that. Let's pull back so you can see them. Ugh, just stunning. Oh my gosh. And this color, the contrasting color is purple. Again, it's not showing up. Oh wait, there you go. You can see it there. It's this stunning purple. And she did purple between each of the colors. So it has this incredible stained glass effect. Oh my gosh. So let's just go through the colors so you can see them. Yeah, I had a little glitch there, but that's okay. And there you go. Those are all of the colors. And I think this is the 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. So I did 12 and then 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 28, 24. Yeah. So just pure coincidence. Pure coincidence. I did not plan this. It's just luck of the draw that my foot is the right size for this. But I was able to do 12 stripes on the leg. I threw in the heel and then exactly 12 stripes on the foot. So what you could do if your feet are bigger or smaller is possibly put more stripes on the leg, or if your foot is longer, you could do 12 on the foot and then a deeper toe. Just start with the purple color a little bit sooner. And that's something that you can also do. I don't know what her 2024 Advent looks like. And what she does, which is really brilliant, so that it really is a surprise. This is what it looks like this year, and this is what she does every year. So here's her contrasting color. Oops, I don't want to pull too much out. Okay, so here's her contrasting color for this year, and what she does is let me tuck that in. She already has part of the skein. She has them wound up for you. They're all caked and ready to go, and she already has the start of them, of each cake, on the outside. So you don't know what the colors are. You are surprised. I think it's such a genius way to do this. I mean, amazing. Michelle, you're amazing. You're absolutely amazing. So this is here, let's just pull them in the front so you can see it. So this is what she does. So you knit your cuffs or your toes if you're going toe up, and then you start knitting right away with the skeins from the bag. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So I'm just going to tuck this back over there because I will get to this. And as I think I started to say, I don't always knit these skeins in real time. So there's only so many hours in the day, and there's other projects and other things in life and holidays and everything else that we're all doing. So I don't always get as much knitting done at this time of the year as I would like. I do try to knit in the evenings. Not always possible. I'm still struggling just to get this cuff done today. I should have done them earlier, but anyway. So yeah, it's okay. I knit them Sometimes I save them for the Christmas Eve cast on, which I've also talked about here on the channel. On Christmas Eve, on Christmas Eve, anytime during the day on Christmas Eve, you cast on a new pair of socks, and it's so lovely. I usually cast on in the evening, and I will stay up until midnight and just cast on my socks and just knit into Christmas. It's so lovely. And then if time allows, I can usually finish them between Christmas and New Year's. So that is another option for your Advent skein. If you'd like to do that, you can do them in January, February, March, April, May. It does not matter. You can knit them whenever you'd like. Ideally, during the holiday season, there are no rules. There are no knitting police. You can do this whenever you'd like. So that is Advents. I've shared my skeins with you. I think this was a pretty good catch up. Slightly short episode, but again, I would rather make the episode shorter, but be here more. And I think many of you would agree with that, rather than waiting until I've got this block of time to do, you know, an hour-long episode. And honestly, I don't know about you, but I don't always have the time to watch an hour-long episode. That may take me days to get through a whole episode, but one thing I do want to talk about too are books, just for 2 minutes, because I have missed talking about books. I've listened to so many in the last few months as an escape, just for fun, for enjoyment, because I love audiobooks, as you all know. And I did get through 2, The Lost Bookshop, and which I will tell you, The Lost Bookshop and The Story Collector. I think those are by the same author, actually. The Story Collector. Hold on, I'm looking it up. If I could spell Story Collector. Come on. Where is it? Look for it. Oh, okay, here it is. So by Evie Woods. And I think she did the other one as well. Yeah, so she did The Lost Bookshop and The Story Collector, both by Evie Woods. And this is the cover. That is the cover of the book. Can you see that? So those 2 books, I'm not going to lie, they are very interesting stories. Really, really interesting. If I had to pick between the 2, I think I preferred The Lost Bookshop. Both have sort of a fantasy magic element to them. I think The Lost Bookshop had that much more than The Story Collector. The Story Collector was good, and the writing was good, and the narration was wonderful. But I feel like the story sort of fell short at the end. You were like, and now what? What? So I was ever so slightly disappointed, but it was still good, and it was still engaging, and I enjoyed it for the most part, but I found the ending a bit of a letdown. One book I did listen to, and let me see if I can pull up the cover of that rocked my world, was, here it is, was this one. Is that right? Yeah. Oh, there it is. The Book of Doors by Gareth Brown. I don't have any words to describe how good this book was. I could not stop listening. I was staying up late to listen to this. I had it on in the car. I had it on while I was cooking. I had it on. I just could not stop. It was so well written. The narration was incredible. The story was so original. I loved it. It does have some violent moments. It has a couple of graphic scenes. That's my warning. But they weren't excessive, and I don't think that they took away from the story at all. Not from me. Would I classify it as a horror novel? No, not at all. It's about time travel, and it's the most unique take on time travel that I've ever encountered, whether book or movie. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. I cannot recommend this book enough. It may not be for everyone. Like I said, there are some moments that are really, really, really intense. I don't mind a graphic book. I really don't. I don't mind horror movies. That's my little guilty pleasure. I don't mind that. It may be a bit much at times for some others. So just take that review, this recommendation, do with it as you will. I loved it. Loved it. And I wish, it's one of those books that I wish I could read again for the first time. So yeah, those were my books. I think there was one or two others in there. I feel like I listened to something else. Oh my gosh, what else did I, anyway, it'll come to me and I'll share it again. What I'm currently listening to is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'm up to chapter 13 and I borrowed it from Libby. I've already renewed it once. I haven't had a tremendous amount of listening time, but oh my gosh, another incredible. I love when a book has that, the writing, it's the writing and it's the turn of a phrase that just sucks me in. And oh my gosh, this book is amazing. So to my dear friend Ellen, who recommended the Rose Code that I talked about earlier, and she recommended this one, I am publicly saying, if you're watching, I will never doubt your recommendations ever again. And if you say read it now, I will stop everything I'm doing and read it now. That is what I did with this one. So good. So, yeah, not necessarily cozy books for this time of the year, but really good. If you're looking for cozy mysteries, and it took me a while to understand what that term meant, but if you're looking for really cozy, light, engaging friends, mystery, books thrown in there, I would recommend The Secret Book and Scone Society series by Ellery Adams. She's got 6 books, I think. I've listened to all 6, and she just put out a new one, the 7th one in the series. Blanking on the name. I'll put it all down in the box for you. And I'm waiting. I want to do Invisible Life of Addie LaRue first, and then I'm going to wait until maybe December 26th, like that post-holiday downtime, that sweet spot where it's all the stress and rush are over, and now you can relax. My Christmas Eve cast on, and I will listen to book 7. They're really light. The listening or reading is super easy. It's not complex. It's just comforting. If you just want something simple and cozy to read or to listen to, and the narration, it's the same narrator every book. It's lovely. They're lovely books. So yeah, I think that is it. I will be working on my Advent Skein. I wish I could I pull back so you could see? Yeah, there you go. I will be working on my Advents. I will have more to share with you all. I'm not really going to go into all of the drying oranges and all that kind of stuff because it's a lot of work. And again, I would rather shorter, quicker episodes, and then which allows me to be here more than big fancy productions that take way too long to edit and put together. So good to be back with you all. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this. Share with me what you've been up to in the comments. Let's reconnect, and I will see you again maybe next week. Fingers crossed. Talk to you all again soon, or see you soon. Bye everyone. Thank you so much. Happy December.